Hello and welcome to our wonderful session of HellWatch by Lion Banner Games. Let us introduce our players for today's session, from left to right.
Hi, I am Shelby, the shelled bee, anywhere you can find me, and today I will be playing Soma the Convict.
Hello there, my name is Garret, and I will be playing Sir Reginald Archibald for today's session of HellWatch. Pleased to be here and excited to get my hell watching on.
I'm Rosetta. I'll be playing Ophelia, the Lightbringer.
Hey, I'm Amna. You can find me as Amnamna and a lot of things. I'm going to be playing Kat, short for Katarina, and I will also be a demon judge of absolution to send all these demonic forces back.
Welcome to an accursed kingdom. You've received reports, more and more of these reports, missing people in the villages down to the south. You had heard word, namely that of Crimson Brook. On your way to Crimson Brook, you are, of course, in search for these claims of missing people. And just to figure out what is going on in these strange days. If you want to describe, take a moment, what your characters look like as you're moving through this space, of course, starting with Soma.
I think Soma walks towards the back of the pack. She's got kind of a grim expression, a teardrop tattoo on her cheek. Her hair comes down in kind of thick lumps. She looks like she hasn't eaten a good meal in a few years. And she looks like a spirit on the border of being broken and very angry about it. But she follows closely behind, standing tall, keeping an eye out for anything that could be coming from the shadows.
Walking not too far beside Garret, why don't you describe what your character looks like?
Good old Sir Reginald. He is, how do you say, buff Santa Claus in a way. Nice, giant white beard, fantastic mustache, and this jaunty expression on his face as though no situation could ever bring him down. And he always walks carrying his trusty halberd over his left shoulder. It gives way that he's a military man and has experience in battle, but his disposition shows someone who's not haunted or anything, but just happy to be here. So Reginald cannot fight the cause, then it's not a worth cause fighting for. And he stands at an average height of about 5'8", a stocky man and just everybody's favorite grandpa.
And who next walks beside?
Walks Ophelia. She is slender, lean, muscular, strawberry blonde hair, wears a diadem with the insignia of the monastery that raised her. She always looks around at the world around her in almost awe and disbelief, having come from a place that's so different from where she finds herself now. She's always looking for the good in things and not always satisfied with what she finds.
And then, of course, as those wagon wheels move, the camera pans to Kat.
Kat is tall and dressed in the dark uniform, the judges of absolution. She looks out from under the brim of a wide black hat with sharp eyes piercing, surrounding keeping an eye on the smallest movement. Face is lined with the dirt of the road, but also lines of worry and stress that maybe belie her youngish. It's hard to tell how old she is, but her eyes are definitely, they've seen a lot.
You hear the sound of screaming, of shouting. Just over yonder, before past the woodland trees into a slight clearing, you could see there's some sort of roadside tavern. Silhouettes, canine, glowing mouthed with fiery breath. They run through the underbrush.
Cat is ready to fight and combat these otherworldly beings.
Well, if it's a fight they want, then it's a fight they'll get. My name isn't Sir Reginald Archibald, and it is.
Her spear and gets ready for some light work.
Soma, kind of standing behind them all, rolls her eyes, takes out a knife and disappears into the trees, kind of taking an indirect route to the fight to try and stay hidden.
You soon find these infernal-looking canines. The last of the patrons or the travelers having just managed to get on through the doorway of this tavern. You see this broad-shouldered big fellow with a powerful mustache that kind of gestures on out, he mace in hand. Come on! Which one of you is next? Oh, with a 1 on Reginald. Oh, no. Soma. Well, indeed. Your first act, Soma. So what do you do?
Soma is going to brandish her knives. Or short swords, I suppose, is the best term. She's going to head towards this one here.
There we go.
There we go.
Ah!
Nice.
A slice at the thing and lets loose a snarl as you intercept it.
Since I've hit, why don't we go for that ankle blade as well?
What does this look like? This ankle blade.
It's kind of a short twist into a triangle shape. It's just a gnarly looking blade, and it seems to drop from her sleeve as she goes to slash. But that first attack just throws her off and she barely misses.
You swing, you get its attention. As it bleeds fiery, magmous blood, this thing dashes on over at the big man. Come on!
Ophelia is, she has her spear in hand. She's gonna run over to this, one more. And, I'm gonna do, as a bonus action, when you take an attack action against a hostile creature. So I can do this at the same time. I can attack and do Sword of Light, right? That's like
That's
the
right.
order of things.
That's right.
If so, I do that. I'll imagine that Ophelia's spear, the like head of the spear looks like it had come from like a lavish weapon, and the like pole part is just something that she had to replace over time. But regardless, the head of the spear, in all of its ornate, intricate beauty, starts to glow in all of its crevices. That when she swings down at her enemy, it makes a trail of light before she hits.
Crashes down onto the head of the thing. It staggers on back. This one snaps at you, Soma. How dare you strike at it? You're too fast for it, though. You nimbly dodge out the way. This one runs on forward. As it does, it lets loose a great and infernal howl that is heard on out. This strange, deep bellow that echoes on out that seems to cause all of the others to howl in return. The fiery sort of mouths and eyes glow brighter, Hotter.
Cat levels her crossbow of purification at one of the creatures and attempts to guide her bolts with holy righteousness and pass judgment upon it. I believe that's an investigation check. Unless she is familiar with these creatures, I get a roll without advantage if I'm familiar.
You are familiar with these. No roll is needed. You've seen the depictions, the drawings of these infernal canines.
Or when I finally let loose my bolts, they will do an additional radiant.
Blessed be the crossbow, but not blessed enough. As you roll a natural 1.
Yes, I just like them so much. It hurts my spirit to be any nearer to them than with disgust I aimed from afar. I believe I will attempt to move forward, gain some sort of cover if I can. These burning crates.
This bigger one goes and tries to chomp at you, Reginald. We got a nat 20 coming at you. As its jaws open and it bites down. And it tries to grab hold of your leg, but you are able to kick it off. Ah! This little one kind of bites at your shin. Ah! You kick him off. As this one runs on over to you, Sohmia. Comes at you as well. The 22. You see him coming full damage, and before he even gets to this man, you take him out. With max damage, what does that look like?
I imagine Ophelia just spears this creature and throws it off to the side.
All right. Have at thee, you cur.
Whoosh.
The spirit is willing, but the body is weak. Stands the testament. My own sanity here.
Slash, dodge, square up your defenses. This one above you, this big guy, looks to you, Ophelia. Oh, thank you! Ah! He swings on down like a wild man, crashing on down at this smaller thing. It lets loose a fiery yelp as it is dispatched. I'm glad there's someone else here that knows how to fight.
I think Soma's gonna go for that big one more time. She doesn't quite like being hit.
An offhand slice is enough to take him out. What does that look like?
I think it's just truly one slash down and the other arm rears up and slashes up. And it just splits in two.
This little one is nipping at your heels. Ophelia, back to back with this guy.
Ophelia snaps her attention to this monster toward the south. And she's gonna use her spear on it. And then I'd like to take a bonus action. And that will be Ray of Healing. And I'm going to heal Sir Reginald.
Cast out your hand. It's radiant light.
Old man needs some help over there.
He does.
Yep.
He does. As the light is rekindled. Well, what does that ability look like there for you as you cast it out?
I imagine Ophelia presses her thumb against the insignia on her diadem and does some kind of very thoroughly practiced movement that she learned in the monastery to heal her other companions, now using it on Reginald.
This one down here snaps at the guy at the same time, rolls a natural 1, causing it to awkwardly.
Cat, with a look of disgust, looks towards the creature that is nearest her that has been attacking her companion Reginald, levels her crossbow yet again. You shall not harm innocents any longer, foul fiend.
You fire true, you hit it. Is this thing wild? It's going to snap at Reginald. Reginald, I don't roll anything below 19 on you, it would seem. She grabs onto your leg this time, pulls you down, prone. This one dances to the side. It tries to snatch at you. You also can dance. And you jab out of the way. The big man takes that opportunity to swing down at the one in front of you, Ophelia, smashing it. With fire. It is no more.
They can sense my happiness and appeal. They're trying to get at me. And Sir Reginald will use his movement to get up out of prone. And again, attack with the halberd, finally making contact.
Whoosh.
Could I just pick up a piece of wood and chuck it at the one by Reginald?
Of course. 11.
It's an 11.
Just miss.
She kind of stamps her foot on the ground so the wood comes up. She catches it and throws it and just yells, "Old man, duck!"
Fiery as it is, just misses you, Reginald. Whoop! You dodge out the way.
You could actually hit it, then I'd duck, because then there'd be a need for it. Ha ha!
Won't let me slit your throat, old man.
Come now, let's not fight amongst ourselves when they're better enemy.
And then Soma, with her offhand, is just gonna slice at the one in front of her.
5, a quick slice, wounding the smaller, fiery hound.
I'm gonna walk over to this, to this creature, and I'm going to attack it with my spear.
Spear in hand. You have advantage. 25 to hit. You certainly do hit. A bit of fiery sparks fly out as you jab down at it with your spear. This thing hurriedly gets to its feet. As it does, there's this fiery burst that seems to emanate on out from it, dealing 5 fire damage to those that are nearby, including yourself, Ophelia. As that burst of fire seems to continually emanate from it, it's going to snatch at you. You see it coming. You parry it.
Chat once more aims for the wounded creature that will not leave her companion Reginald alone.
Wounding it. Sticking to cover. Popping up. Wildly, Reginald, though you are holding firm, it's gonna attack you again. It's gonna try to drag you to the ground. This time, the old man holds firm. He's gonna swing with this. The guy beside you, Ophelia, and then with his shield, he's gonna try to smack him with the shield as well, wounding him in the process and causing him to fall prone. He looks to you, Ophelia. Take it out!
See if we can end this knave. Ho-ho! And with a fail swoop, Reginald takes his halberd and raises up straight in between shoulder blade and the head, and cleaves the infernal beast's head straight off.
You only see 2 more of these things, Reginald.
And immediately Reginald turns on his heel, sees the one next to Ophelia, starts running towards them, ready to lunge out to the next tie.
Soma's got one trick and she's just gonna keep doing it. She'll slash at the one in front of her.
You don't got 1 trick, you got 2. You got 2 swords.
Alright. She'll swing again. I believe Soma meets Cat's eye. Just kind of glares at her and she has like her sword still raised for a second before she turns on her heel and circles around the fire, start heading towards the others.
Elia is gonna use her spear and attack it.
And at that, what does that look like as you defeat the last one?
Ophelia twirls her spear around and plunges it into the hellhound's body and says, "Bad dog."
And as that last one is defeated there, quickly dissolving into ash and fire, the big man himself hefts that mace over his shoulder. Come on inside. There's been a lot more of them than there ought to be. This way. Thank you. My name's Wilford. Welcome to the Wild Boar. Open up the door and make your way on back in. The interior of which you could see a main sort of tavern of the like.